Texas time.
Alrighty!
We got lots of time on our hands this time.
So,
I'm gonna give these to you.
last time on Sonic High School, Sonic saved the prom, I guess. Sonic was a misogynistic asshole who only loved his girlfriend for her body. Tails was the smartest man on planet Earth, slowly degenerating into Down syndrome. Knuckles was so bad that he sat on 2 seats at once.
Yep.
And nobody else showed up yet.
We're gonna fix that today, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 4.
I hope everyone's logged into Sonicpedia because we're gonna be digging in the barrels on these ones.
Sonic did like the first chapter and went to school again.
Hey guys, do you remember in Chapter 1? That again.
It's great. Now it's lunchtime. We skipped a half a day in a period.
Yep.
All right. And Sonic was in the lunchroom. Sonic was telling all of the people at his table, who were Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Espio, and Charmy B, about what did happen yesterday. But Tails already knew, so he was nodding his head like a good friend. No, that's what a puppy does.
Yeah. So who is Charmy B?
Charmy the bee.
Charmy B.
Is that,
Charmy the
maybe
bee.
I've seen that somewhere then. Alright.
He's like a bee, he's got goggles for no reason.
Oh, is he a bee? Is he a bee? Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
he's a bumblebee.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, not a honeybee.
Okay.
Or a killer bee. It's very important.
Thank you.
The right mental image is very critical.
Charmy Hornet.
Yep. You should have seen it, said Sonic. I was in the haunted house and I shot Eggman, but I let him get away right before I could have killed him. Because I'm an idiot. Sonic laughed and Tails laughed at the same time. You fucking creeper. Tails is just, oh my god, I don't...
I think we need an example of this. Will, please laugh for me and I will pretend to be Tails. I can see it now. Yep.
Knuckles said, "You should stop going on these cool adventures because high school is more important." Wait, what? What?
What's up?
I think Knuckles is having an identity crisis. I'm just very concerned for him at this moment.
No. Knuckles is cool and he's bad, which means that he's in school. Because if you're cool, you stay in school. Yeah, thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
What the?
Sonic knew he was right because it's called Sonic High School.
Does it literally say
yes,
that?
and it should be more about the high school part. So Sonic is aware that he is a character in a fan fiction called Sonic High School. This is like he's hogging the spotlight.
This is some Stranger Than Fiction bullshit going on right now.
I don't know what's happening.
Timely reference.
Oh.
Alright.
Sonic is the fourth wall apparently, and he can look both ways. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. Well, so Sonic asked them all what they're up to. Well, I am entering the science competition, said Tails. To win the science... Why don't you read Tails?
Oh, man. All right.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Well, I'm entering the science competition, said Tails. To win the science competition, I have to come up with the best invention. And my invention is this invisibility hat. It makes you invisible, but I can't do it right now because I have to make sure it works perfect for the science competition. Tails was so smart! Oh my god! If anyone remembers from the last time we read this, Tails is so smart.
Tails was so smart that Sonic knew he would win the science competition because Tails is like Innestein. So that's supposed to be Einstein.
Oh! a Sonic.
Nerd! Shouted Knuckles right into Tails' ear. What a bad guy. He was so bad he yelled into both ears at the same time.
Just turns into two Knuckles for a second. Nerd!
You guys should focus on school more. You know what, Tails? You're right. Oh, God, what a bunch of fucking nerds. Oh, jeez. Okay,
Because he's
Knuckles.
so bad.
Yeah. Shadow was next, and he was better than Knuckles, but in a different way.
Because he was dead from the saw trap.
I'm not going to be around much longer. Said Knuckles. Wait, what? Said Knuckles? He always did. At the end of what he was saying, because it was mysterious. He always did ... I'm trying to get me to vocalize an ellipses, and that's the opposite of the point. Where are you going? Said Tails, because he was curious. I am going to kill my parents. Said Shadow. See, this is how Shadow is worse than Knuckles. He did serious bad things. At least at the end of the day, Knuckles could sleep. Shadow was too dark for that.
I hate to imagine how bad it would be to be so edgy that you can't sleep. You're just like,
It's the problem is you try to lay down and you're just like, ow, 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 I'm bleeding, ow, every time. You can't, you're too sharp. You can't
too many edges. Yeah, got it.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to try out for the football team, said Espio. Espio was athletic like Sonic, but not as fast. But he had a horn on his nose that was good for attacking people in front of him. So Sonic thought he would be good at football. No, apparently he would be good at murder. Hey, you can't lose if there's no team to play. Oh my God. I am not going to try out for the play, said Charmy B. Okay, well, thanks for telling us what you're not going to do, Charmy. Now, what are you going to do? Well, Charmy B was loud and singing always. Okay.
You gotta do this one again.
You're an annoying fag, so you should do great, said Knuckles.
Boo, Knuckles, boo this man, boo!
Can I give him a standing ovation?
No!
But he's saying it to Charmy.
Yeah, but Charmy's charming. She's just out of the audience where Charmy sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Got him.
Do not hurt my feelings, said Charmy. Charmy was used
You
to...
forgot that Charmy is loud and singing always. Do not hurt my feelings, said Charmy. Charmy was used to being hectored, so he was able to remove himself from his potent fury.
So he needs to be singing like Screamo. Try again.
No.
Did you see Rouge just now, said Espio? She is looking so hot in her tiny bra.
Espio is checking out Rouge and his horn is just like...
I get it, it's because he's horny. Funny joke.
Rouge not got dress coded yet.
Alright. Espio obviously wanted to kiss her deep. What does that even mean? It's like, let's kiss. Then he's just like... like, what the fuck? You should ask her out, said Sonic. But the prom was yesterday, said Espio. Well, that is okay. You can date anytime, said Sonic.
I thought prom was the one time a year.
It's like...
It's the only chance.
the only chance for a date once a year. That's why it's so magical. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is okay. Okay. Oh, said Espio. Well, then I am going to kiss and sex her tonight.
Hang on, Espio.
Espio, wait, that's not what a date is. Espio, put away the Rufalin. You can?
Might want to slow down just a little bit.
Oh my God. Espio was like a little boy looking, okay, now they gotta make it weird.
Oh, now they they gotta make it weird.
Espio was like a little boy looking at his mom's boob for the first time.
I have questions.
So, Rouge is Espio's mom, and he wants to fuck her. He's Hamlet. We're good.
Oh, alright, got it.
Sonic and Tails together. They're both looking.
You're thinking of Oedipus, man.
No, I'm thinking of Hamlet, where it was implied that Hamlet wanted to bang his mom. Thank you, Joe. Oh my God. Sonic and Tails were together. We're both looking at each other, and they wanted to help Espio. Sadly, they forgot. They got lost in each other's eyes and started making out. No, that didn't actually happen. I know. I'm sorry. It's hard to make jokes right now because anything can happen.
Literally anything can be written on these pages.
We are going to help you get a date, said Sonic and Tails, at the same time simultaneously.
Let's try it.
All right.
We are gonna help.
All right, one more time.
We are trying to follow your lead.
1, 2, 3.
We are gonna help you get a date. See, because the thing is, Tails doesn't actually know what Sonic is gonna say.
That's right.
He's saying it in the fucking mimic, like, yes, jinx,
And we are gonna do it right now, said Sonic and Tails.
Whoa.
And Espio's like, wait, what? No.
If you wanna wrangle Rouge, you're gonna have to start with us. Whoa!
Sonic and Tails got up and both grabbed one of Espio's arms and dragged him across the room. Sonic did most of the dragging because he is stronger. And put him right at Rouge. So they just grabbed him and just like dragged him across the room. Nice. Threw him right on top of her. What is this about? Said Rouge. I can't believe you've done this. With a questioning sound. She blinked her eyelids quickly, like a race car. This is the first time I literally have no idea. I don't. Like, you know when you like flip your lights on really quick, like off and on real fast?
Nope.
No?
Try again.
No? I didn't write this, I don't have to defend it. Oh my God. Okay, what do you want? Why are you here? Espio looked right into her eyes with a passion like 100 barking dogs.
I want to sex you!
And said, Rouge, will you go out with me? Espio was sweating, and there were drops of sweat dropping off his hands in front of her. I don't know, said Rouge and looked at Espio. Rouge gave him a sexy look that made Espio feel in love.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, so this is and Sonic and Tails said together at the same time. Let's do it.
1, 2,
Yep.
3. Please do it!
Please do it! Got it.
Okay, we can go on a date tonight,
Don't leave me
said
hanging.
Rouge. Sonic and Tails and Espio were stoked and high-fived right there. By the time this night ended,
Got him! No! Not even up!
by the time this night ended, one of them would have done their first sex.
Yay!
One of them.
Somebody is getting laid tonight! Not sure if it's gonna be Espio, who we purposely tried to hook up, or want someone else, maybe?
Now here's the hard part, said Espio. How do I put sex in her without getting in trouble?
How do you put sex in her?
That's a great question, Joe.
Yeah?
Anyway. Sonic and Tails looked at each other and thought, uh-oh. And Espio walked out while holding on to Rouge's boobies because they are now boyfriend and girlfriend and it's allowed to do it.
I don't think he understands.
No, he's using them for stabilization. His knees are so weak.
Just pro tip, everyone. If there's a cute girl that you want to ask out, and you're like, hey, you want to go out, and they're like, okay, your first step should not be wrong move.
What you should do is say, will you go out with me? Yeah, great. These are mine now.
Chapter 5.
Yes, please. My voice is dying. I need to drink all of the water.
Yay! Chapter 5. They all sexed. Wait, no, I don't know that. All right. It was the end of the day at school, and it was time that Sonic and Tails and Knuckles got back on the bus at the bus stop to board it all the way home to school, from school. Okay, they're getting on the bus and going home. Jesus. We are on the bus now, said Tails.
Tails is so smart.
I am standing. I am sitting.
The lights are on.
I am putting a finger up my balloon. He learned it from Shadow that one time. Yay. No more classes. Tails was happy but sad because he is smart. I know you're paid all too well, Tails. The smartest people here are the happiest and the saddest. Sonic and Tails sat down together, and Knuckles sat right in the middle of the aisle. Whoa! Which he usually did not do, but sometimes did when not everyone was.
Do you think Knuckles rides 2 buses home at the same time because he's so bad?
Just jump on top of them and stand on like one leg on each.
I don't have a good one for that. All right. It looked like Espio and Rouge were not on the bus because they were too busy getting ready to go sex tonight now that they are boyfriend and girlfriend.
I just love that this kid must think that, oh my god, he's so fucked up. Instead of holding hands, it's just... like, that's the first step. That's the first step. Oh my god. And I'm envisioning, like, this super awkward, like, she's at arm's length, like, all the way over here, and he's like... So I don't know what this is. This is like her shoulder. And then he's like...
Knuckles laid across the aisle even more stretched out than when he just sat across 2 seats. Because now the limits were the Alpha and the Omega. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
It's more like, damn, it feels good to be God incarnate.
How can we help Espio, said Sonic to Tails. I mean, it really sounds like they're already there,
I
so...
know, right? They're like, he's already on his way to round third base. Dude doesn't need any help.
Although maybe...
Practically there.
Maybe that's what they're trying to help about. They're like, this is going way too fast. This is not the sign of a healthy relationship.
He has no idea what he's doing, guys.
Tails responded, I don't know, and thought about it on the bus. Yeah, I guess you are smart, Tails.
Tails is so smart.
The bus drove bumpy on the bumpful road all the way home. At the bumpful road, that's such a great word. And then they all got out at the bus stop that they normally got in the bus at, just like always. Thank God this narrator is here to detail these events. Sonic ran out of the bus and then
I just imagine he starts in his bedroom to leave the house to go to school, and by the time he walks downstairs out the door and gets to the bus stop, he's already filled an entire notebook. Like, oh my god, so much detail.
Where was I? Sorry, hang on. Sonic ran out of the bus, and then Tails, and then Knuckles in order. Time to go home, said Tails. We are almost there.
Shut the fuck up, Tails.
It is the afternoon. It's a Wednesday.
Better.
And they walked the rest of the way to home. When they got home, it was dinner time, and Sonic was at a different home from Tails and Knuckles because they were all in different families, so they did not live together. Obviously.
But.
And Sonic's mom made a dinner.
Do you think that Knuckles lives in two houses at the same time? With two different families? Because he's so bad?
Oh, man. Yeah, Sonic's mom made a dinner. Sonic's mom, right in the middle of the living room floor. Sonic's mom made Chinese food, and Sonic ate it.
She made Chinese food from the restaurant down the street.
And at the end, there was a fortune cookie. Wow, Mom, you really went all out making this.
In a plastic wrapper, too. Wow.
Meanwhile, Sonic's mom was just like, eat it, you little shit. You're lucky you get anything. You're fucking good for nothing, father. Thanks, Mom.
Oh.
And there was a fortune cookie, and Sonic broke it open and ate the cookie part and kept the paper that was inside that held a magical fortune on it. Sonic looked at the fortune and read it to himself inside of his head.
No,
Okay.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
alright,
well, okay, as written again, not a joke here, folks. The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis. Truly wisdom for all of
A
us.
flashback to his mom finding this coincidentally at the bottom of a rainbow.
And Sonic inside of his head reading the fortune cookie paper, and he knew it was a good sign for what was about to happen tonight when Espio and Rouge went to sex.
If only he was smart as Tails, he would realize the gay within.
It's okay. Then the phone ringed. Sonic ran to the phone and picked it up and said, hello, into it. It was Tails. I have an idea.
Sonic's like, I have a few ideas of my own.
It's Wednesday.
Never mind.
And set Tails on the phone to Sonic, who was listening but not speaking.
It's Wednesday. I love him for his body.
I can give Espio my invisibility hat that for the science competition, and he can use it to do sex for Rouge. Are they gonna make some sexy pottery? Like, is that what's gonna happen?
No, we're about to have a straight up Hollow Man situation.
Oh no. Sonic smiled so wide, like the King of Fire finding out he burned down New York City with only his fire powers.
You know,
Another time.
the King of Fire.
It's wide.
Would be an Avatar the Last Airbender. You know, Avatar the Last Airbender, that show that has New York City in it.
Charmy sucks. Sonic and Tails went to Espio's house later, which was not too easy to walk to normally for most people, but Sonic is super fast, so he ran there and helped Tails get there too, seeing as Tails is not as fast as
So
Sonic.
hang on. Went to Espio's house, which is not too easy to get to walk to normally. Is it like up on a hill and you have to like bounce off of 6 fucking springs and then fly through 6 rings and then like Yes.
Also, you have to fight Eggman in there somewhere.
Oh, probably.
They knocked on the house and Espio came out of the door. He's hiding in the door, just like, I am free now!
Espio is the genie of the door. It's really annoying because his parents have to buy another new door. That's the 6th one this week.
Here is my invisibility hat that you can use with Rouge tonight to make sex in. Oh, they're gonna make the sex in the hat. Okay.
I still have no idea what they're saying. Make sex.
Make sex.
Make sex, but they're saying make sex in, and I don't know what that means. And now there's a hat involved.
Is he gonna take the hat and like...
Well, let me
This
explain
is
it to
about
you.
to be a kink no one has ever thought of before.
Let me explain it to you. When a rhino and a bat love each other very much. Oh, I'm sorry, okay. I just thought of the horn, you're right. When a chameleon and a bat, alright. No, I'm sorry, when a chameleon and a bat just became boyfriend and girlfriend.
When they just met. They already...
Yeah. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear you when you are wearing the hat, or when someone who is wearing that hat wants you to also be impossible to see and impossible to hear, screamed Tails. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do this line again. Here's my invisibility hand that you can use with wish tonight to make sex in. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear when you're wearing the hat, or when someone is wearing the hat wants you to be Screamed Tails, whose voice was a little hoarse from ordering food with the lunch lady, whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood. Sorry. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? I'm so confused.
Tails, whose voice was hoarse from ordering food with the lunch lady, whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood.
What?
This is...
She had to yell because she's deaf?
This is ADHD on paper. Literally each sentence more confusing than the last. It's
like-
just here, now.
He's like, she was hard of hearing. Well, why was she hard of hearing? Oh, there was an earthquake. But how was the earthquake? What happened when she was a little kid?
No, there's no time. Tails had to say the things he wanted so loud, and she would still say, what? And Tails wondered why she even had ears if she wasn't gonna use them. Bitch. Espio grabbed the invisibility hat from Tails' hands, just jammed it right up, and said, cool, thanks, and kept going. Whoa!
They walked in, they're already banging. He's like, cool, thanks.
So Sonic and Rouge is just like, where'd you go?
She's like, how am I still moving? What is happening? Ah!
So Sonic and Tails left and wished him luck from far away at their own homes. Good luck!
Thanks.
Back at home, Sonic thought that it would be good that Espio would get sex into Rouge, so then he could explain it to Sonic, and Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots even better.
Well, then the armpit is one of them. It's like, it'd be great if he starts trolling him super hard. He's like, well, there's the armpit, the bottom of, like, the arch of her foot, stick it right there. Yep.
The first thing you need to do is pinch her nose really hard. Super turn on. Second, punch her in the stomach really hard. I'm just telling you, this is what went down. Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots even better, because otherwise he would have to read about it online, because all he knew about was kissing, which wasn't really sex, but it probably kind of the same thing, and Sonic would just read about it online before talking about it anyway, and he would know the right words for the things then.
Got it.
Sonic sat on his chair that was in front of his Sonic computer
Stop it right now.
and opened up Sonic Instant Messenger. This is how Sonic can afford all of the nice
Okay,
things.
so I want you to understand
Good
this.
licensing.
Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah.
is aware that he's a character in a fan fiction.
Yep.
But within that fan fiction, he is also famous and has his own line of merchandise that includes branded computers and his very own instant messenger.
but he has no idea how to the sex.
Yes, how to into the sex.
And messaged Amy, who was doing the same thing, but at her home, and said, "Hey Amy, want to finally become true boyfriend and girlfriend by reaching sex this weekend?"
And Amy said no.
Sonic waited for a long time. So he literally just propositioned her for sex over instant messenger. Another pro tip, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, want to smash?
And then just sit there and be like,
That's what it's like.
she messaged me back anytime now. She's gonna love it. Yeah.
This is when it does one of those iPhone things and it's just like red. And you're just like, why is she typing? Sonic waited for a long time at his computer, and it seemed like Amy was not there because she did not respond to anything. Sonic played games online and beat all the final bosses because he was like an alien sent to Earth to destroy records set by others.
Wait, was he playing Sonic the Hedgehog games too? This aneurysm of a world?
No, he was playing Guilty Gear X2. It doesn't say that, I'm sorry, I lied. Then finally, Amy responded. What Amy said was, "No way!" Sonic was so shocked. Thank you, Amy. Yes. Somebody in this series has scruples. Sonic was so shocked for long, sir. Sonic was so shocked, his brain must have felt like a total idiot.
And Sonic himself could never feel like a total idiot. So he had to blame it on his brain. His brain is like, I'm a total idiot. Sonic's right.
I'm gonna totally rip this off of Family Guy, and this is when it does a zoom into his brain where it's like, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. Oh, I'm a tumor.
Yep.
Hey, chapter 6.
All right.
SBO walked to Rouge's house because it was time.
Hang on just a second. Okay, thank you.
Okay. SBO walked to Rouge's house because it was time for their date together, and all SBO could think about was that they were about to make sex for the first time. So they didn't go to a movie, there's no food involved, it's just like,
Straight to the
want to go for a date? That is now the way to ask for sex.
Yeah?
Why don't prostitutes ask me that?
I don't know how to follow this up. You lost me. Normally I'm a springboard for the comedy, but this one, no.
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm home, said, sorry, SBO looked at the computer. Wait, what? I thought he was walking to her house. Okay, SBO looked at the computer and read about what to do and what the right words were, so he would know how it works and how to say it right, so no one would make fun of him. It was Rouge's house he was at now.
How to do the sex, chapter 1. First, remove your penis from your trousers. Then insert the penis into the vagina. This has been a comprehensive guide of how to do the sex. For more information, please pay $24.99 to me. That's all. To me.
All right. Okay. It was Rouge's house he was at now, and it was in front of him. I just remembered that Tails is writing this story.
It was Wednesday.
Flashbacks, ladies and gentlemen. SBO knocked Rouge's house door. Boom.
Well, he is a genie of the door, so he's used to just pummeling the thing.
And she opened the door just then.
Yep.
So he punched her in the face by accident because her timing was too good.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm home, said Rouge. Did she think she was answering the phone?
Hello, I'm home.
Oh my god, these two are perfect for each other.
Hello, home, I am dog.
Hello, I'm home, said Rouge, looking always sexy in her tiny baby bra.
Rouge, where are your parents?
and big cool boobs. I can only imagine like this virtually barely there bra, but then like everything's showing, but then her boobs are wearing sunglasses.
No, hang on. How cool are her boobs? Do they take up 2 bus seats? Because they're that bad. The longest, most I was expecting music to start. Just like,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
In the moment, I'm absorbing the baby bra and big cool boobs.
Okay, got it.
Espio thought she looked like the hottest woman in the world that he could see from here. It's such an amazing experience to think you're reading a definitive statement only to have like this ridiculous qualifier thrown on the end that makes it virtually irrelevant. She's the hottest woman in the world standing directly in front of him. Like, oh my God.
You guys are absolutely the best audience that we have ever had tonight. Yeah, you did it.
Where are you taking me on our date tonight? Whispered Rouge in a sex-filled voice.
Date? I'm just gonna sex you!
Where are you taking me on our date tonight? Whispered Rouge in a sex-filled voice. There's just like, it's like coming through the, well, okay.
It's very moist, let's just say that. Found the people who don't like the word moist.
Espio thought this one over on the way over, so that he could say it right the first time and get her to do what he wanted. That's sex. Well, said Espio, just let me put on this science hat and we will begin sex.
What a
She is so wet. He really hit the nail on the head with that one. Oh my God. Let me put on this science hat.
What's a science hat?
The invisibility hat.
Remember?
From Tails, yep.
Rouge looked shocked, but she was probably excited too. What, the author doesn't even know? I don't know how a girl would respond to this. I probably should have erased it. Nope, I already wrote it down.
I think Rouge is actually trapped inside of this story. The author has captured her.
Oh no, that makes it horrible.
This is illegal.
No, rescind the joke. Stop.
Okay,
It's no way. Oh my God. Espio said yes. This hat was made by Tails specifically for our date. Made it in the oceans.
That wasn't Atlantically.
Makes it in yes. No, it was not made Atlantically. Pacifically, you asshole. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear while I am wearing it. Perfect, because that's the only way Rouge would fuck him.
Sick burn.
Oh my God. Espio did a cool face at her because being smart can be cool too, so long as you're not a nerd ass. This chapter written by Knuckles?
Personal offense.
And if it is, that means he wrote 2 chapters at the same time because he's pretty bad. Oh my God. Rouge said, okay, let's go inside. And gently grabbed Espio's hand, but he pulled it back. What a dick. And she fell, causing him to fall, and they both together fell onto the grass. I'm just kidding, it's still written by Tails. Where they rolled around in it until they were about in the middle of Rouge's house's front lawn. So there was plenty of room around them for activities. I'm just about to vomit now because I'm thinking of Attack of the Clones. Jesus Christ.
And then they were standing on a balcony, and Espio said, I hate sand. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere. Want a sex?
Let me put on my science hat.
Anyway.
Okay. Rouge said, okay, I'm sorry. No, said SBO. I want to make sex in you right here. And SBO put on the invisibility hat.
This is some weird reverse rape shit going on right now. Like, she's trying to be romantic, and he's like, no means no. This is sex on my terms. I don't like this.
No, SBO, okay.
Yeah.
And put on the invisibility hat so no one could see or hear them.
Oh, both of them?
So the effect is contagious?
I
know, it was so clear before now.
I really hope that the hat doesn't work. And the both of them are just smashing on their front lawn. And Rouge's parents come home and they're just like,
Oh my god!
that girl ain't right.
Trash!
So nobody could see or hear them, and a whole new world of possibilities were optioned to them.
A whole new world. A science hat and smashing on the yard.
All right. So they could do sex in whatever way they wanted, and it was time to start sex right now.
This is where the author is like, all right, it's time to start sex. They sexed. I still don't know how to do this.
SBO revealed his penis to Rouge, who looked at it.
Whoa!
Where is it? I don't...
Oh, sick bird.
Rouge said cool and took out her vagina. Hang on, it's just right here.
Oh, I lost my chair.
Rouge, where's your vagina? Right here in my hand. I don't want to glaze over the fact that he took out his penis and Rouge is like, cool. Hey, neat.
SBO's penis was really big from looking at Rouge. Like when he is in church and it's so boring, but you just get a boner anyway.
So, our Father who art in heaven, stop! Stop! I gotta step out.
So are we meant to infer that SBO is gay and so he's super bored with what's in front of him, but he just got a boner anyway, so, fuck it? Like, is that what's going on? I don't understand what that...
He's getting it on the vector in the computer room off screen.
Also, I have to mention, Rouge's vagina looked like a surprised ghost.
Okay. Oh, no, I got it. The way that the author was able to learn about this is they looked up a bunch of, like, censored hentai. And it's the really badly censored stuff where they put, like, a JPEG in front of it of, like, you know, cover Nabishin, like, It's like, there's a surprise ghost. Oh!
Yup. SBO's... Read it! True facts about SBO's penis.
Ooh.
SBO's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport. But instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of SBO's creamy Italian salad dressing. Here it comes! Ramming his mauve Avenger into Rouge's vagina spot.
Hey, at least it's not the man carrot.
It's the mauve Avenger.
The lavender man fruit thing.
Rouge screams sex noises. He doesn't know what those are. And SBO messed around with her boobs and face.
Man, this is sexy.
He's got this part down, but then he's just like, for no reason, is like, God, he's like, got your nose.
It's like, they're doing it and he just just like jabs her in the eye. Ah! Why?
Oh, you like it like that? No!
It's turning into a Three Stooges skit, like, no, why, whatever.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, he messed around with her boobs and face like she was the X-Men arcade game.
Oh!
X-Men, welcome to die.
So now this is getting kind of accurate. Like, it's just so awkward and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, she just doesn't even know what's going on.
This sounds like sex between high schoolers. Honestly, I mean, it's awkward shit.
Okay, I can't even visualize what's happening in this next line, so.
What we got? Who suggested for him to take another puff? Stop that.
Me.
Just
You smoke after in the sex.
Into the sex. Oh, I just talked to this thing like it's a nightmare. After into the sex, and yes.
I'll let you know as soon as it happens.
You piece of shit.
I will find you. Yes. Yes.
Oh my god. Dick loader. Anyway, and that's enough build-up.
Yeah.
SBO slapped. SBO slapped his big, awesome penis from side to side in her vagina like a hot dog windshield wiper. And Rouge was ripping grass from the lawn.
she's so bored. She's ripping grass.
This is some life-changing shit going on.
These are the most powerful analogies ever written by a human.
And still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah.
Then SBO used his tail to flip her over. He can do this. And put it in her butt. Oh boy, it's about to get so much worse. All right. He moved his penis in circles in her butthole. Like he was building a golf course. And digging out the back nine. Rouge was flapping her bat wings like an idiot. And not flying. Because SBO was holding on to her ass cheeks and pressing into them with his fingers and leaving marks that looked like it said, wow. And combined with her butthole. And that is what she felt because SPO, we'll get there eventually, because SPO seemed to be a sex professional.
Will, I have some terrible, terrible news. I do not think we're going to be able to monetize this video.
Shoot! Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay. SBO used his tail again to flip her over and did all-star sex things, like using his penis like a rolling pin on her face.
Hey now, you're an all-star. What you game on? Go play.
And plugging his penis into her belly button to see how far it would go. And making a balls hurricane with swirling his balls and her balls. Finally, they both got so sexy that SBO's penis ejaculated, and semen came out of it and landed on Rouge, who was lying there on the lawn, but nobody could see them, so it was okay.
Wouldn't have been okay any other time.
Just every time I think I'm out, at that part, SBO screamed, "It's semen time!" They pulled me back in. And Rouge shouted, "Create a generation in me."
As soon as you said that, the only thing I could think of was that comic where it's like the guy opened up the doors, "It's Goofy time!" No, Dad, no!
Oh my God. SBO ejaculated semen into her vagina, and that was what happened.
Yeah, it says right here.
I'm sure, because I read it. I don't know if this guy's sure of anything. Now that they were done doing sex, they put their penis and vagina and balls away, I can only hope in that order. And SBO took off the invisibility hat, and it was like nothing ever happened. Except for Rouge, who's covered in spank.
Oh my God.
But they both know it did because they were there for it. Fucking Tails! Bye-bye. Oh, that's how Tails knows about this, by the way. He made the hat, so there was a spy cam in it the whole time.
Either that or he was just watching him on the lawn with his goggles that can see invisible hats.
Or it didn't work, and he was standing like a yard away with popcorn, and they never noticed. Using his penis like a rolling pin on her face.
That's some vivid details. You gotta read that last sentence there, dude.
Okay. Bye-bye, said SBO, and SBO walked off her property.
He said bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
They just had really freaky sex. Bye-bye. And then he whisked away. Whee!
And SBO walked off her property and away to his house and did the rest of his things until school happened the next day, so he did not sleep. At all. I mean, how could you after that? Well, Joe, you start out with a real banger.
Oh, no. Woo! Chapter 7. We have front sex, whispered SBO at the people at his lunch table. SBO was at school in the lunchroom, and also was Tails and Knuckles and Charmy Bee and Vector, too.
He's a foreign exchange student, I guess.
Which one is Vector? Is that
The alligator, you idiot.
I don't know! I said it! What the fuck?
He's a guy.
Okay, got it. Great. I ejaculated from my penis and into her body. Bet you haven't done that. They had not done that.
You know, SBO, you have a kid on the way now, I know you're aware of that. I know this is something to be bragging about that hard.
Also, I don't want to make the joke.
Oh, what are you doing? Is it abortion?
No, also, she put out on the first date, you might want to go get yourself checked. No, it's Joe's turn. Wow, cool. You are the coolest after Sonic, said Tails.
How is Tails cooler?
No,
Tails is writing the story.
Tails is writing the story. No, he said after Sonic.
Right, Sonic is cooler than him because Tails is writing the story. That makes sense. Okay, sorry.
Said Tails, who was right there so he didn't have to shout. Okay. Thank you for letting me know he didn't shout after the line happened. It was good not to shout because this was supposed to be a secret.
That SBO is bragging about to everyone?
We had front sex. You had sex! Whoa! Tails did not
And
hear.
he looks at them and was like, I didn't shout that. He's like, I didn't shout that.
I'm sorry. Tails did not hear the whole school talking about SBO's penis and balls like with Sonic in Chapter 1, but in a different way. Parentheses, sex. And parentheses. Yeah, speaking of Sonic, where is that gay bag? Said Vector. Ah, come on, Vector.
That's a slur I've never heard in my entire life.
Who was the captain?
What the hell?
Who was the captain of the school's football team? Typical. Vector was good at this because he was big and strong and had sharp teeth under his mouth.
Under his... He grows a beard of teeth.
Just kidding, said Vectors. Sonic is cool. So Sonic is writing this chapter. Got it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, said Tails to Vector. I don't know what. Oh, I don't know where he is. Oh, okay.
Sonic.
I thought it was in reference to the gay bag comment. He's like, I don't know, I've been trying for so long. He just won't. He just won't.
I sent him the fortune cookie, he still didn't get it.
That invisibility hat was supposed to be for me and Sonic. Where Sonic was somewhere else.
Nobody gets to control the keyboard for very long when Tails is in charge.
Where Sonic was somewhere else, trying to find Amy, who was not at lunch. Sonic was knocking on Amy's door at her house. Are you home? Said Sonic. Oh no, it's Doki Doki. Are you home? Said Sonic. Are you home? Why did he say it twice? Are you home? Are you home? It was like Amy was not home because she was not opening the door.
Are you home? Jesus, almost like she's not at home.
This just in. People who don't open the door might not be home.
Tails is writing this story.
Sonic was worried about Amy because she was his only girlfriend.
Oh, I thought he was worried about her because she was not at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was his only girlfriend besides Rouge, even if he denied his sex. Even if she denied his sex offer. So he ran into the door and barged it down like it was made of nothing. God damn it, I'm horny!
And he turned into Where Sonic.
Sonic was now in Amy's house. Amy's house was really pink because that was Amy's color.
Yes, and it just says Sonic on every wall. It's a Sonic branded house.
Sonic looked around Amy's house for Amy, but Sonic could not find anyone. Sonic finally went to Amy's bedroom and opened the door up. What Sonic saw next was what he did not expect.
She hanged herself.
No, even better. Amy was there.
Oh, Joe! I got a clue for you, but if you open the door on your girlfriend, literally everything is even better than she hanged herself.
No, that's not true. She might have hanged herself and the dog.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Come on. What Sonic saw next was what he did not expect. Amy was there tied up on her bed with a thing in her mouth so she couldn't talk. Sonic did a scream and ran over to Amy, who was looking at his with tears in her eyes. She looked sad and starved like African kids.
All right then.
Sonic's
accurate, but it's not funny in the slightest.
Well, it's supposed to say Sonic untied, but it actually says Sonic united Amy.
Oh no!
And she sat up and cried into Sonic's arms. It was awful, said Amy. He came into my room in the evening and tied me up on this bed and messed up the things in my room. Amy was right. Her room looked messy. What a nefarious bastard. Ties her up and he's just like,
That Eggman. Watch out.
I'm the Eggman. So get a maid, said Sonic, always thinking about a solution to problems.
Always being a gigantic piece of shit. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Who tied you up? Who was it? Be calm, Amy. Calm down and talk to me. Sonic patted Amy on the back to help her. It was Shadow.
Do that.
It was Shadow. I saw him outside his house next door with a machine gun and a sword going in his house to kill his mom, and he saw me.
Oh, so he was serious. He was really going out to kill his parents. All right.
So Shadow is out there with a machine gun. He sees Amy, runs into her house, ties her up, and then goes,
And then he was like, wait, what was I doing again? Oh, right, parents.
He knew I saw him, so he tied me up like a brigand. Amy said,
Jack Shadow again.
Yar.
Fuck's sake.
Amy said all of this. Sonic was shocked that Amy said this to him. He remembered now in that other part.
Did Amy say this?
Yeah.
I'm just curious to hear if she said this.
She said, it says right here that she said all this.
Okay.
Okay. He remembered now in that other part when Sonic said he was going to kill his mom, but no one thought about it more than once because Shadow was always a bad guy.
Sonic said what?
Because Shadow. This is
Shadow said.
Did I say Sonic? I'm sorry. It's Shadow. I got confused myself for a second because it's like if you're at a school, especially in today's day and age, and you're like, I'm gonna kill my parents. I don't think anyone else should be like, you kidder. Stop joshing around.
You know, boys will be boys.
You're such a kidder. Hello, police. Shadow was always a bad guy. What they didn't realize was that Shadow was serious. Okay, was it him who also said that you would not have sex with me on Sonic Messenger? Sonic!
His parents might be murdered, but no, seriously, this sex thing. YN?
Honestly,
YN.
I just can't imagine that you could possibly say no to me. So this must have been sabotage. Yes, I did not talk to you then, spoke Amy back to Sonic. Okay, so you want to get down now?
So, here?
That's actually what's happening! So how do you really feel about it? Asked Sonic, whose brain was now humming with sex ideas.
Dude, he loves her for her body. He said this.
Sonic is an ass. Yeah, and here's Amy. Shit, I don't know, said Amy, still all worked up. Give me a day. Once again, Amy, the voice of reason in this fucking story. Right
He's
now,
like, he unties her. She's like, oh my God, Sonic, thank you so much. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So, your place or mine?
thank you so much for untying me, Sonic. Why are you naked?
I mean, he could have just left it.
Give me a day. Right now, let's get things right. So Sonic and Amy went back to school where everyone else was. Besides.
It's not my fault. I keep bumping the stupid power strip, which won't go away no matter how far I push it. Stop it!
It keeps jumping out of nowhere. I keep kicking this thing that's been staying where it is the whole time.
Stop it.
Huge bitch.
Later, okay?
So Sonic.
No, stop.
What is Amy down there or something? Oh, hi, Rouge. So Sonic and Amy went back to school where everyone else was besides them. God damn it, Tails! Sonic and Amy saw Espio walking around between a lot of other people. Hey, here you are, said Espio to Sonic and Amy. I had sex with Rouge last night. Do not tell everyone.
So Espio is surrounded by everyone, and he walks into the midst of everyone, and he's just like, I had sex, don't tell anyone. Aww.
I feel like this is when and Chris Chan ran into the GameStop and maced the person. They're like, don't call anyone. Runs out. Oh, man. All right. Sonic, oh. Yeah. Oh, that's right, you did. I almost forgot, said Sonic. Hear that, Amy? And Amy was like, yup. So Amy's already over the trauma of being tied up and having her room ransacked.
Well, they just went back to school. They were like, she just said that she saw Shadow walking into his house with a sword and a machine gun to kill his parents. And then she's like, let's make things right. And they just went back to school.
You don't understand. There's no time.
Okay.
All right.
This should be about high school. It's called Sonic High School.
You gotta tell me all about it later so I know what to do to Amy, said Sonic, and then turned around. Sonic heard a sound coming from down the hallway where someone was coming. It was a really fat guy that looked so huge to him.
Oh my god. Aww.
That fat guy got closer and closer until they could see who it was. And it was Rouge.
What?
Oh, no, never mind. Wow, you are so fat now, said Espio. You are so fat right now, said Espio. What's that about? What's that about? Rouge,
What's the matter?
Hey! Rouge looked mad and surprised at Espio. Well, you got me pregnant, said Rouge. You obviously don't know much about bats, so, Oh my god, thought Sonic to himself without saying it with voice. She is pregnancy fat.
She's pregnant.
No comment.
Okay, and this isn't Sonic's line, this is now narration. This means she will have a baby. Thank you, Tails!
Yeah.
Amy was smiling for real to Rouge. That's so nice. I hope you have a great baby, said Amy.
And then Knuckles walked in. I don't. I hope you have two because they're both mine.
Sonic tried to be a good boyfriend and said, hope your baby's cool, and smiled. Espio looked more worried than everybody else. So am I gonna be your baby's dad, said Espio, worried and excited both. Better believe it, fag boy, said a voice that sounded just like Shadow's. But was it Shadow?
Woman? God, you're so gay.
Sex with women. But so the chapter ends with said a voice that sounded just like Shadow's. But was it Shadow's voice?
Was it Mephiles?
Chapter 8. Shadow! Sonic shouted. Oh, thank God that takes.
It was Shadow, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
Shadow alive.
Thank God. All right, we made it. It was Shadow there.
Hey Shadow, how's your mom?
Surprised to see me, said Shadow. Oh, I'm sorry. Ugh. Surprised to see me, said Shadow. We know what you did to your mother. Oh, I'm sorry. We know what you did to your mother! Screamed Amy like a crazy man. It was. Shadow cut her off and did not let her finish before saying the sentence. You did not see anything. I am Shadow, and I know how to commit crimes. You think I have not killed a person before? I have.
Yeah, was it Maria?
But I saw you. So then Amy said, you saw nothing. I stopped you, Shadow said. It doesn't matter. You were on your way inside your house to kill your mom, said Amy. Amy shook around because she was all nervous, and her smaller than Rouge's but still good boobs wiggled a little.
What?
These are the important
And
pieces.
Sonic thought it was cool to see, so he wanted to support her.
He wanted to support her.
How's that? Sex now? I did not kill my mom. I was going into my house to protect her from Dr. Eggman, Shadow said. Oh, okay, said Sonic.
Seems like a reasonable story.
And Sonic and Espio went to class because it started. And they are still in the high school hallway, thank you, Tails. He was trying to ship my Ultra Chaos Emerald shards to space so he could collect them in his egg space station.
You're trying to ship them?
Ship.
Oh, ship.
Ship them.
Everybody thought you said shit.
You know, it's Amazon Prime. Ship them to space. 2 days. 2 day free.
Got it.
So he could collect them in his egg space station. Gotta have an egg. Said Shadow to Amy in an explaining way. Oh, is he like pandering? He's like, yeah, Amy, he was trying to ship, like on a truck, my Ultra Chaos Emerald shards to space. So like on a shuttle.
Don't you mansplain to me, you son of a bitch.
We gotta do something about him. I understand that you had a reason to tie me up, but no, he didn't. He still didn't have a reason to tie her up. That's wrong.
He also didn't have a reason to mess up her room.
No, he didn't.
Eggman is endangering my mom, but first...
But do not kill your mother, responded Amy. I was only kidding because the other guys are all being too important about themselves, and I did not think that is a good quality for high school students to be. High school students should be nice and caring and not talking about themselves like they are the best, because that will only make us all assholes, which isn't what we should be trying to do.
These guys are all being unreasonable and talking about themselves enough. Well, you know what? I'm gonna kill my parents. That'll get them.
This PSA brought to you by a serial murderer? Shadow said that to Amy, and she understood that he was a good guy.
15 seconds earlier.
You think I have not killed a person before? I have.
15 seconds later.
Amy knew that Shadow was a good guy.
She went in for the hug, but then she's like, ow, too sharp.
And had a reason for tying her up on a bed, even if he had had bad times when he was dark and did crimes in the cityscape.
Sure.
They both went to class in different directions, so the conversation ended.
This conversation is over.
Later, after school, Sonic went on to Sonic Messenger. I find it impossible to believe that anybody else has Sonic Messenger or that it's even real. He just made a custom skin for his fucking AIM, and it's called Sonic Messenger. And he's like, yeah, everybody should download Sonic Messenger. Has you downloaded Sonic Messenger yet?
Instead of it binging and going, you got mail, it's you got fast.
And it makes the famous sound effects.
And talk to Espio. Hey Espio, how are you? Do you know what you're gonna do about being for Rouge's baby? He said into the computer. He said into the computer. He just grabs the monitor and he's like, hey Espio, how are you? Yeah, you know what you're gonna do about baby? Why isn't he answering? Listen, Sonic, this is hard for me to say. Said Espio into the computer, which went across the internet to Sonic.
Yep. Real fast.
Real fast, sure. I want to get Rouge to get... Oh, no. You know what follows the word to get? I want to get Rouge to get abortion.
But it's worth pointing out that it's not the word abortion, it's the word
abortion. So, probably not. I'm gonna hope for as long as I can that that's not what we're talking about. Sonic was upset because Rouge's baby would not survive it. In fact, no, this is Tails' remark to us. In fact, Rouge's baby would die.
What?
The more you Tails.
There has to be another way, SBO, said Sonic in Sonic Messenger.
This next sentence is not correct in any world. There are no timelines in which this is accurate.
This is something, There has to be another way, SBO, said Sonic in Sonic Messenger. But if you really want to do it, that's okay too, because it's your decision.
Hang on, I got this one. Where are we at? All right. I'm afraid that is incorrect, Sonic.
Good, because I want you to help me. Oh no!
Well, I think it's about time for us to hit the old dusty trail.
You know this is Sonic High School. This isn't going to get dark. It's just getting weird. I am going to go to Rouge tomorrow at school and slip her the abortion pill in one of her meals. You will help me. Again, like I said, this is just getting stupid. It's not going to get dark. You will help me by distracting her from me, said SBO then. Okay, see you then, said Sonic.
Yeah, it's Sonic Messenger.
The next day happened and Sonic was at lunch. I won the science competition, but you didn't come, Sonic, said Tails in a sad, mad way.
In a sad, mad way. I won the science competition, but you didn't come.
There you go. I wanted you to come because I am such a good friend to you, but you did not. But I won anyway without you. Tails was mad at Sonic, which did not usually happen because they were the best friends. Wow, sorry Tails, I was so busy and I didn't know, said Sonic, trying to make Tails happy again.
Prepare your applause hands.
Kiss my ass, dick, screamed Tails. With his flying tails.
It is important to note that they did not miss their comma, because if they did, that would read, kiss my ass dick. Which would be very different.
This is awful, said Sonic. He is my best friend. Sonic knew this was a big problem, but changed his mind to thinking about Rouge and SBO, and they went over to where Rouge was going to get her pill from SBO. Vector was there too, which was weird because he usually was not. Okay, SBO.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna eat it. Okay, SBO, are you ready? Said Sonic only to SBO.
Vector's like, you know I'm still here too. Right here.
Okay. I lost my place. Okay.
Yeah, shook his head yes.
SBO said yes. Hey Rouge, how you doing today? How was class? Do you want some homework? What do you eat for lunch? Sonic said to Rouge, distracted from SBO. Looks like Sonic took it perfectly because he was asking these things. SBO put the pill in Rouge's salad. Rouge ate salad. He ate salads because she is thin. Rouge answered the questions, but no one was paying attention because they were now glad it was done. Oh, uh-oh. What is this? Said Rouge, suddenly looking like a shocked woman. What?
This shocked woman looks like a shocked woman.
What is wrong? Asked SBO. He was worrying that Rouge found the pill in her salad and was looking at it. I think I am having my baby. Here it comes.
It's so fast. Hang on a second. I thought Sonic was the fast one here.
Oh. Rouge said this before she could even eat the pill, so everyone knew the baby was coming for real. Oh no, said all of them together, but Rouge. Rouge
That'd be weird if Rouge said it.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Rouge lied down on the ground and they put a curtain around her so no one could really see what was going on because it was going to be gross.
I assume it was the lunch lady who did it.
This lady's got this on lockdown.
Rouge is like, I'm having my baby. And the lunch lady's like, what? I'm having my baby. What?
One horse now, you bitch! Call it hospital!
Yeah, we got.
Yep, we're almost done.
Almost there.
Oh, okay. Rouge lied down on the ground, and they put a curtain around her, so no one could really see what was going on because it was going to be gross.
Yep.
They could see a baby start to come out of her butt, and it was crying.
The more you tells.
And it was crying a lot. Everyone wanted the baby to shut up already because they were just trying to have lunch. But now there was a baby coming out in the lunchroom at high school.
This is so inconvenient.
For everyone else but Rouge. Mrs. Lesson, who was also the school nurse, said, oh, she's the but she's deaf. Well, okay. Said, get out of my way, kids. I have to help this baby get out of Rouge. Babies are too weak to do this by themselves.
Meanwhile, the baby's like, I'm free now.
It's the Antichrist.
Well, I mean, it is Sonic.
Yeah, that's right. Mrs. Lesson went behind the curtain and helped pull the baby out of Rouge's butt. And it was still crying, could you believe it?
No.
Rouge was exhausted from her baby, but Mrs. Lesson was not. Mrs. Lesson held the baby in her hands while it was crying and held it out to everyone. Look at it, said Mrs. Lesson. But wait, and this is the cliffhanger we're going to leave you on this year. Look at it, said Mrs. Lesson. Rouge's baby was red and had long hair and big white fists. Thank you everyone for coming. I hope you had a wonderful evening. We are Animerica. Find us at Animerica on YouTube. We got a bunch more of these panels as well as a million anime reviews. Yay! Enjoy the rest of your convention.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.